Hello, 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 and welcome everyone. Welcome to today's Testimony Thursday. And if you can write, you can win. I believe it's episode 7. So I'm so excited today to be able to bring you another episode with an amazing individual so that she can share her story. But before we get started, I want to welcome everyone that's chiming in and looking at all of our live streams. We are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, and we're also live on TikTok. So I want to welcome everyone here. My name is Ronette Turner Corley once again, and this is Testimony Thursday. So before I get started, I just want to go over a few housekeeping rules. We're going to talk about money here. We're going to talk about how to be able to, earn additional income from home. And you see the income disclaimer going by because I want you to know that please note the results mentioned will vary from person to person. Okay. So there's no guarantees because your individual success is dependent on your own efforts, consistency, and commitment. So all results vary, but I do make sure the people that I interview are getting results. And let me tell you, it's because they are applying themselves and they are making a commitment. And you too, if you do the same, like it says here, if you can write, you can also win. Now, before we get started, I want to go ahead and go over some information just to make sure you have the proper information of knowing, which areas are this platform is available in. Okay, because it is government regulated. There are some areas that this platform is not available in. Just so you know, and here's the thing there are some states that have decided to exclude themselves. It's not has nothing to do with the platform, has everything to do with the fact once again it's government regulated. So it's available in the US and Canada, but the states that are excluded, Washington state is excluded, Idaho, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, Connecticut, and if you're in Canada, the province of Quebec. So, unfortunately, this letter writing gig is not available for you to be able to participate in. However, this platform has many different programs, even though the letter writing is a flagship. Okay, so stick around. You might just hear something, or you might just see how you can participate in another capacity. But just want you to know, as far as being able to write these letters to billion-dollar corporations, those states are excluded. But if you're in any other state, let me let you know that you are right there and able to do the letter writing. Okay, so I am excited and want to welcome a young lady who's married, a mom of 3. She's also a fur mom of some rescue dogs, right? And she's also a very busy lady. Not only is she making impact here in this platform, but she also is an entrepreneur, a business owner, as well as an assistant manager that works full time. And she's been able to carve out some time to earn thousands of dollars from home, additional streams in her spare time. So I would like to welcome to our show Sarah Nichols. Hey there, Sarah.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you. Glad to have you on the show. We appreciate you being here with us.
I'm so excited that I am here with you.
Yes, yes, yes. So let's go ahead and deep dive right into it. Tell me, where are you from, and what has been what type of business do you have, and how long have you been with this particular platform?
So, I live in Wichita, Kansas, basically right in the center of in Kansas. That's where I'm at, Tornado Alley. Um, I have been with the on with this platform for a year.
Okay,
My personal business that I own, I've been doing it for 5 years.
okay, okay.
So, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, let me ask you, how did you find out about it? Because as we were talking, behind the scenes, we were talking about the fact that this is really the best kept secret, right?
It
So,
it
how
really
did you
is.
actually come across this?
So I was doing the famous scrolling on Facebook one day and just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I kept coming across a friend's feed, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And I would watch it for a minute and I'm like, no. And then the next day I'd see it again. I'm like, okay. I did that for about a week. And then I went to my husband and I said, I think I'm gonna do this. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah, yeah, I'm going to. And he's like, okay. He's like, I guess there's worse things. And I'm like, well, we're gonna find out because I didn't do a lot of like, research or anything
Yeah.
on it. I just trusted my gut
Mhm.
and went with it.
Right.
So I jumped all in and
Wow.
never looked back.
Never looked back. So yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I was talking to my sister earlier today and I said, it's interesting how, some people do, and I'm gonna say the S word, they used to view it sometimes as a scam. And she's
Yeah.
like, why? I'm like, well, think about it. We write letters and get paid. She's like, yeah, but you can do it outside of this platform. They just show you how to do it the right way and how to stay on track. I'm like, true. But if a person doesn't really deep dive and really find out what it's about, just the information alone will kind of be like, what? So
Right.
I understand how your husband felt.
Yeah.
I
And
really do.
I get that a lot from a lot of people.
Mhm.
And just trust, like literally, I can't say it enough, trusting the process. I heard you say it earlier behind the scenes too. And literally write and keep writing and trust the process and it pays off. Literally, it pays
Right.
off.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you started pretty much in the very beginning. That's kind of cool because that was what, January 2024.
Yep. And yeah, I started the end of March of
Okay, the end of March.
2024. Hmm.
The end of March. So you're pretty much right on target for your 1 year anniversary.
Yep. Right around the corner.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So let me ask you this. What is husband saying today?
Oh, he asks all the time. He's like, how many letters you write? How many letters you write? He asks all the time.
I bet, because he's got a chance to see the fruits come in.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
then, when in the beginning, what we have to do after we get the drops and stuff. And
Mhm.
he would sit there and he's like, how long are you gonna be there? And I'm like, I'll be done in a little bit. I was
Yeah.
like, what, is there something I need to do? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, I'll be done
Yeah.
in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. So at first it's like, okay, how long are you gonna put in time in that? Now it's like, hey, you should be writing. You should be
Yeah, right.
absolutely. I totally get it. Wow, that's really good. So did you have any besides your husband? Did you have anyone else around you that kind of gave you a hard time when you told them exactly what you're gonna do?
Not really. My family and stuff, my mom jumped on board. I think it was like 2 weeks after I started. I
Mhm.
mean, my mom is right there with me. My mom is a recovering alcoholic,
Okay.
and this replaced her from drinking with
Hmm.
letter writing. So it's very
Wow.
beneficial for her, to keep her busy. And she loves it. She absolutely loves it. She can't get enough of it. She works for the post office.
Yeah.
So she works during the day and then she goes home and she writes.
God bless her. So it's been a therapeutic.
It has been. She's 10 months sober, almost 11.
Nice. Wonderful. Well, you tell her some people over here in California is rooting for her and just to keep writing.
Oh, I guarantee you she's watching right now.
Okay, awesome, awesome. That story is amazing. And you know what I love about it? Because we're online and because we're online, we're able to reach so many people. You never know who that's going to impact.
Right.
So yeah, that's a wonderful story. That just warms my heart. Now, when it comes to writing letters, so you start at the end of March. And when you started, there is what we call a ramp up time where we know because I'll put it out there, anywhere in the United States, we're seeing anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks. I told you I got my first drop, and just so the audience knows, the drop pretty much is a deposit. Okay. And I got my first drop on after 9 weeks and 1 day, just
Woo.
yesterday. Yeah. So it was less than 12 weeks. I'm like, yes. So it was pretty awesome, as well as some other people. My husband did, and some other people on the team. So, but how did you deal with the fact that because you started at the very beginning, so it wasn't, I mean, for us, this is the way I feel. I feel like there's so much proof out there and there are so many stories because right now we have what approaching like 19,000 people in our Facebook group with this
Yeah,
platform.
I want to say, well, on Facebook there is, but
Yeah,
on people outside of the Facebook community, it's over that.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm,
Like
yeah,
26, 27,000 people total that's in, right?
yeah,
So, with that being said, there's so much social proof that when we hopped on board, because our first day of getting started was like December 8th of last year. And we didn't start writing to the end of December. But there's so much proof that it was easy for us to be like, okay, all these people didn't get together and do a conference call and say they're going to lie to us, right? There's that
no,
many people. But for you starting in March of 2024, it wasn't that much proof. Probably the only proof was the actual founder herself.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Lisa,
So
I would trust Lisa with my life.
yeah, yeah. But then how did you feel about how to, that time? Were you nervous about, okay, I'm going to put in this time and I'm going to write in hopes that this time frame passes and then I'm going to start seeing the deposits come over and over and over again. What was your mindset like?
I was positive. I'm a very positive person
Okay.
because, and I'm sure you've heard this, but thoughts become things.
Yes.
And when you're positive and you have good vibes, good things happen, right? So if you're gonna come in and do the letter writing and you're negative, one, you could make a mistake. Don't want to do that.
Right.
Two, you miss a step. Don't want to do that. All the little things, like you have to be positive, and that's exactly what I did. My mother-in-law, I don't know if she's on or not, but I'm sure
Mhm.
she is. But at the very beginning, when I was telling her about it, she was asking, and she's like, "Man, I really hope that's not a scam. I
Mhm.
really hope you didn't just get scammed out of money." And I'm like, I didn't. I
Mhm.
know I didn't,
Yeah.
because you know doing just all, like you said, all of the social proof that's out there, it's real.
Right.
I can't say that loud enough for
Right.
anybody.
Right. Right. It's so true. It's very true. So you started the end of March. When did you see your first drop come in?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Wow.
It
So
was
they were
it
coming.
was
Wow. Pretty good.
Yeah, and I think it was like 385, I think, is what my first drop was. And I was like,
Okay.
man, it's not that I didn't trust the process and everything,
Right.
but like, I wanted to do cartwheels. I wanted to do backflips. I'm like, ha, now all, anybody that ever said this is a
Right.
scam, blah blah blah. And I'm like, now what? Now what are you gonna do?
We had someone on our team do that yesterday. She made a whole video. It was so hilarious because she said, yeah, for all you people that sent emojis and was laughing at me, I'm laughing all the way to the bank. She got $600 for her first drop.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
I
yeah.
my I don't know if you saw my post yesterday, but my nail tech that I've been going to for 8 years,
Yeah.
she got her very first drop yesterday, and it was, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it was like 890.
Uh-huh.
She had been saving up her dailies, and she's like, what do I do now? I said, remember, we have all the videos with this platform, and it tells you exactly how to do it. But
Right,
don't forget, I'm here for you as well.
right.
And she's like, okay. And I'm like, you got this. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Your nail tech. How did you end up telling your nail tech?
So we're friends on Facebook,
Okay.
and her assistant actually signed up the same day she did. She got her second drop yesterday for 15.95, I believe it
Wow,
was.
nice.
And I went in to get my nails redone, filled, and she asked me, and she goes, "What's this letter writing?" And I'm like, I was stunned. Like, I don't bring it up. I want people to ask me about it, right? I'm
Yeah,
not gonna spam you. I'm not gonna do
right,
that. You know what I
right.
mean? And so I told her exactly what it was. And my mom writes, my mom was there with me. So my mom told her her story and
Mhm.
it just went from there. So,
Wow.
and here they are. They're both writing and making money and all from being at home.
Being at home and don't have to have a gazillion people on your team or run out and sell things and
Nope.
none of that. None of
That
that.
that's what I love about the platform is that there is no recruiting required. You
Yes.
know, you do not have to tell a single soul that you do this. You literally sit in your home and in your chair and watch Netflix and just
Yeah.
write. That's
Yeah.
all you have to do.
That's it. That's it. I love you said that because that's what I've done. I've turned my TV time to get paid time. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
they're getting paid while I'm watching them. I should be getting paid sitting here, right?
Yeah,
And
and then I have
now
to
I
go
am.
ask all my friends like what's the next series to watch on Netflix because I ran out. I don't know what else to watch.
Right. Exactly. Pretty cool. Now, you are, because you mentioned something, working from home. And a lot
Mhm.
of times, people working at home or people who are at home, you figure, okay, we're at home, they can ride, blah, blah, blah. But you also work outside the home.
I do.
Yeah. So you're an assistant manager.
I am. I work for a Goodyear tire wholesale. I'm the
Hmm.
assistant manager, so we have semis that come in and out, unloading tires, loading out trucks every day. So in between phone calls, emails, just downtime because
Hmm.
I have several hours at
Yeah.
work that I have literally sit there and do this and twiddle my
Right.
thumbs. So I replace that time to write when I'm at work.
Nice.
So why not? And everybody's like, that's double dipping. I'm like, first of all, my boss knows about it.
Now.
Second of all, he approved me to do this.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to be secretive about it. I mean, I'm
Right.
at my desk in front of everyone.
Right.
So
And your regular job's taken care of, and he knows you're sitting there.
yeah,
So
I'm
to
I'm
be
here
able
to
to,
answer the
yeah,
phone.
yes, yes. So that's
So
awesome. That's awesome. We actually have someone on the team, and same thing happened to him. He told us, he said, this is perfect. He said, because literally he goes in like early in the morning, maybe like, I don't know, somewhere like 5 o'clock in the morning. But he says by a certain time, maybe like, and he works 12-hour shifts. So by, I can't remember what it is, something like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. From that time to the time he gets off, he's literally just watching a monitor, just monitoring it. He's like, this is perfect.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
just
So,
any downtime. You can vouch for this, but writing becomes addicting. Like
yes.
literally, that especially when you're making money from doing it.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean, there's so many professors or teachers, that write all the time anyway.
Hmm.
Why not make money doing it? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, so true. I can definitely relate to that because now that in the beginning, full transparency, it seemed weird for me,
Hmm.
right? Because I'm not used to writing, right?
Yeah.
So you're writing, and it's kind of like I'm writing, and I don't want to make a mistake, And first of all, let me go ahead. Let me see if I can grab something here. I didn't have that prepared, but I usually do. Let me see if I can find something really quick because I want to show our audience, right? And I think I have the things written on there. Let me see. Babe, can you give me a card? Because what I want to do is show the audience like what it is to write. We say writing letters. We're talking about a 4x6 index card.
That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I used to think, okay, 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper when I first heard. Are you guys writing letters? Okay, let me check it out. No, it's 4x6 index card and only on one side. I'm gonna kind of flip it over. I don't want to see all my business, but that's it. Right? And that's all you write on one side. That's it. And this right here, depending on which company you're sending into, it could be $3, it could be $4, but most of us write for the companies that give us $5, right? So five
Yeah.
bucks for this card. So you can send in as many as you want. And
No,
they
no limit either.
no
Write
limit.
write 2 letters a day, write 200 letters a day. I hope your
Right.
hand don't fall off if you do that. But,
Yep.
you know, in the hardest thing for me in the beginning, it was awkward because,
Yeah, it was
you
awkward.
haven't done anything like this
Exactly.
before. And I was exactly like you, not wanting to make a mistake, make sure
Mhm,
everything is
mhm,
perfect.
mhm.
And no, your handwriting does not have to be perfect. It just has to
Right.
be legible.
Mhm.
And I wrote so much, my hand, I was like, I don't think I can write tomorrow. My hand hurts so bad.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
But you build up muscles. I mean, when you're not writing
That's
every
true.
day, you build up muscle. And now, pick
Yeah,
up a pen, I can write you six
right,
pages.
right. Absolutely. I think my husband's gonna finish the day at 75 and he's just riding along, right? And
Mhm.
I'm at 40. And in the beginning, like I said, it felt really weird because I wasn't, but you're absolutely right. Not only has it become where my hand is used to it and I understand how to relax, because I think I
Yeah.
was just like tense, like,
You're
right?
gripping the pen so hard
Yeah,
like it was gonna fly away. It's
exactly.
not going
Exactly.
anywhere.
So now I'm relaxed, right? So I'm
Yeah,
just relaxed and just writing and letting it flow. But not only that, I enjoy it. It
absolutely.
feels weird when I'm not writing.
It's so therapeutic.
Hmm.
So therapeutic.
Hmm. Hmm. And yeah, therapeutic. And like you said, and we get paid.
Exactly. Nothing better, right?
Yes. So for those out there, because you have some people who say, I'm so busy. Here you are. You have some fur babies. You have your kids, three kiddos, a husband, a full-time career, and a business that you do. Tell us more about your business.
So my business, that I have a studio, it's attached to my house. I make t-shirts, cups, coffee mugs, laser engrave. I do laser engraving. I do, you name it, I do it. The only thing I don't currently do yet is stickers. I'm working on that, hopefully this weekend.
Okay.
So that's something else that's new. But I started that out as a hobby. Um, Totally had no intentions of it being a business.
Hmm.
But it took off.
Yeah.
The first year, it was kind of slow the first year, but then now we're on year 5 and I have orders every day. So,
Nice.
and even if it's one order, I mean, an order's an order, but
Right.
then there's some days that I get 25 to 50 orders and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
slow down.
Yeah, yeah, and you were able to pick up the um like I won't say a contract, but you were able to pick up, being the point person or, for this particular platform, this company to do all of its paraphernalia and marketing
Mhm.
stuff, right? That's really
Yeah.
cool. That's really cool.
Um, when that all how that do you mind me sharing how that came
Oh,
about?
please share.
So me being a business owner, I know like copywriting, a lot of you should know what that is. The logo for the platform and everything, right? So I did what anybody else should do and I asked for permission.
Mhm.
Okay. I asked to be able to change the colors of the logo to my two favorite colors. That
Mhm.
was it.
Mhm.
I just wanted their blessing to be able to do that.
Okay.
And of course, they're loving people and they said, absolutely, go for it. And I'm like, okay. They're like, wait, are you making stuff? And I'm like, I make shirts. And they're like, you do? And then it went from there.
Wow.
So, it's not like I said before, I don't pressure anybody when it
Mhm.
comes to my business, any of them that I do. I want them to want it for themselves.
Right.
You
Right.
know, you have to have the ambition to want to make extra money, you know? So
True.
if you don't have that, then I mean I'm here to help, but you gotta have the ambition to want to do it.
Absolutely, you do. Absolutely. So, what I was going to say is with you having all these hats you wear,
Hmm.
mom, wife, entrepreneur, full time career, when do you, I know you talked about writing,
Hmm.
during that time, But how do you work it around into your schedule so that you can get that done? And is there a certain method you have? Or I know some people, they say, well, I'm gonna write X amount a day, or what's your method and how you work it?
So my method is to write when I'm at work. So I'll write the
Mhm.
index card.
Okay.
And then in the evenings, I try my best to make sure I match the envelopes because, you have to have both of those to mail them.
Hmm.
Um, and then obviously the code that goes on them. I mean, you have to have that as well, which you do from home.
Hmm.
So juggling that, everybody's method is different.
Hmm.
How the process that they do them. So, and there's no particular one. You find what works best for your schedule.
Hmm.
And it took me a couple weeks to figure out how am I going to do this because I mean I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off because I'm so busy.
Right.
And I found that that was the easiest process for me, and it did take a little bit of time to find that, but
Hmm. Hmm.
it works amazing. So
Yeah.
you just gotta what's your rhythm?
Mine is, yeah, thanks for asking. Mine is pretty much, I separate mine, because like I said, I, take care of my mom and do some things. My mom, this was, what's great about my mom is that even though I do things for her, she's in a position where, it's just a few things she can't do for herself,
Right.
like cook, and I have to cook, but everything else she does for herself. But I make sure she has her meals and all that. So in between that and doing some of my daily duties of just, being wife and caretaker for my mom, I make sure in the morning, so if like today I decided to do 40, right? I'm like, okay, because my number is 25, but I wanted to challenge myself today. I said,
Go
okay, I'm gonna do
you.
40. Because 40 times five, hey, that's 200, right? I'm like, I'm
Yep.
gonna have a $200 day today, right? So what I did, I just cut it in half and did the 20 earlier. Now later on this evening, I'll close out the other 20 and see how far I
You
get to my goal.
so from the end of March or when I started in March to
Hmm.
December,
Hmm.
I was writing 60 to 80 letters a day.
Get out. What has been, okay? We've already said the income disclaimer that it varies from person to person. So now we're off the hook. What has been
Mhm.
your biggest month?
My biggest month was, oh man, I wish I would have brought my book up here because I keep track of everything. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it was around 7,000.
Okay. From writing letters.
I could be wrong. I honestly don't remember because there's been so many of them, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, I, I can't preach it enough how amazing this is.
Yeah.
Like my husband is probably so sick of me because I literally talk about letter writing to everyone. Like, when they come ask me questions, what's this letter writing? And then I go off and he just walks off. He's like, she's gonna be talking a minute. I wish I would have known that the specific number for you
You
though.
want to grab it?
Oh, girl, I'm gonna have to walk clear across my
Oh,
house, and that's like a
don't
mile
worry
away.
about it. Don't worry. But we know it's over. Look, it's over 6,000.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right. I mean, think about it. I mean, and this, what makes it so amazing, $6,000 a month is a lot of people's full-time income. This is additional funds coming into your home. And what's nice about it, that activity is done by you and not a team. Now, you may
Exactly.
have some people you brought on, but we don't get paid when they write letters, right?
Nope.
So, from that perspective, all that is what you've decided to do, and you pretty much have control and write your own. It's like you just writing out money.
Literally your hard-earned money. Like, and it's not hard. Don't take it like that. But you're putting labor and time into it,
Right,
but you will be rewarded for that.
right.
If only we could be
Absolutely.
rewarded for the times that all the stuff that we wrote in school.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, all the essays and reports and all that stuff. We didn't get
right,
paid for that,
right.
but now we are
Absolutely.
getting paid to write two sentences.
Two sentences. And what I love about what we do, I've gotten to the point now when I sit down, because for me, it is therapeutic. It's not stressful, right? So I find myself sitting down And I'm like, I'm just sitting. I don't want to just sit. I got to sit and write because
Right.
I'm sitting anyway, right? So I might as well grab my pen, my
Hmm.
envelopes and all that, and just and do what I do. And it has been tremendous. And what I love about it is when you start seeing new people, like I was sharing, people who have been with us on this journey since December of last year, now seeing the fruits come in. That yesterday was a great day because we were just so excited, not for us necessarily, but we were excited for ourselves. But when we start to see what was happening and the impact, and that's really why my husband and I got started.
Is to be able to help others.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's literally my true passion about. I mean, I love letter writing, but being able to help and share this with other people has been such a blessing. Not to me, I mean, yes, of course to me, but
Right.
I I can't get over how I felt yesterday when four different writers, new writers, messaged me within a couple hours of each other, and I have my group chat with all my
Hmm.
people, right? Because
Hmm.
they can ask questions at any time of the day. I have Canadian writers in there, well, in there too,
Hmm.
and uh, it's
Yeah.
amazing,
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
And some of those people, just so people know, because I think you mentioned it already, are just parties of one, but still making thousands of dollars. They don't have to have this big old team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you found this is because it sounds like you've done a number of things from home, just like we have as well. Have you found this to be like the most rewarding thing you've done?
It absolutely is. And the community of people, the family that turn into the friends that turn into family. I call them family, that's why that came out that way.
Yes.
But just the people that I've met over the last year, i I wouldn't know you if it weren't, I wouldn't be talking with you right now if it weren't for
Right.
letter writing.
Right.
And I'm
Absolutely.
meeting people all over the place.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I don't travel, so I mean, the only place I go is to Vegas, and they come back.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
about it.
Yeah. Yes. Wow, that's so true. Is that the community and what the founders have done? They've put together something special that I love because I've been involved in things, and we'll say, "Oh, well, everybody wins." No, everybody doesn't win.
with
Literally, I mean, you can say that, but
with this platform, everyone does,
yes,
and it
yes,
is all based off of what what work you're willing to do.
right,
It's all based off that,
right, right.
and everybody's like, "Oh, this is just a get rich quick scheme." No,
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 mm-mm,
no, it's not.
not at all, not at all. Because you can sit in your house and you're lonesome and not tell a soul.
Right.
And what I love about it too is that everyone's cheering. There's no letter
Mhm.
shaming, right? So if someone's like, well, I'm just going to write enough to get $10, people clap,
Yeah.
I'm going to write enough to get 10,000. People clap.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That is really cool. Wow.
What's crazy is a lot of people don't do the math on letters, right?
Mhm, mhm.
You write 5 letters a day.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is, right?
Well, I know what four is. Tell me what five is.
So 5 letters a day is $750 a month.
750. Wow.
5 letters a day. And I was writing, can't write that much. I'm way too busy now, but I was averaging 60 to 80 letters a day,
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. Clarification, I don't write on the weekends.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Absolutely. Someone says, I'm loving this new gig. No drops yet, but I know they are coming. Yes, Kathy, they are coming. They are coming, honey. Got my first one yesterday.
You are going to do backflips and cartwheels and everything when you get that first drop. Even
Yes.
even if it's, because we all know that the letters, the post office, it's
Yeah.
snail mail. They don't always
Yes.
get there at the same exact time,
Correct. Correct.
and regardless of even if it was $1, granted they're depending on who you write to, if you got $1, that's just getting the ball rolling.
That's getting the ball rolling. Yes.
That's just the beginning. It's just going to
That's
get better from there.
that's it. yesterday. So my husband got he got from two different companies like over 500. So we were
Ooh.
excited. I got 65. And let me tell you, but of course my pipeline is full. So I know the next one's going to be bigger, and they always say the first one's always the least amount, but it's like turning on that water faucet. Now that it's on, you're going to
Oh
start
yeah.
seeing it for someone who's writing consistently. But you know, it was amazing for me. That was the best $65 I've ever
Right? Hey, I've seen one of my girls that just got her first drop yesterday. She got
seen.
$45.
Okay. Wow.
And she messaged me. No, she messaged in the group chat and she goes, I got my first drop today. I literally went to her inbox and I was like, oh my goodness. I think I was more excited than she was.
Uh-huh.
And granted, she was excited, but she's like, I just wasn't expecting it this soon. And I'm like, well, that's fantastic.
Yes. Yes,
You
that's the
know?
thing. How it comes and it's like, oh wow, it's here. Yeah.
Mhm.
So all the things you've been like ramping up for, it's finally here. Yes, absolutely. And so there was something else I was going to say. Um, it'll come to me anyway. So when it comes to your kids, how old are your kids, and how do they feel about
My oldest has they're walking in the door right now. They're playing outside. My oldest will be 18 in July.
it? Okay.
My son, he lives with his dad. They're just down the street.
Okay.
But he is 16. And my youngest that's right here taking her shoes off. She'll be 12 in August.
Okay.
And when I first started writing, everybody in the house was like, "You're writing again?" Yeah, yeah, I am, you know. And they're used to it now.
Now they got the hang of it now, huh?
Oh yeah, they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
mom's writing. I'm gonna go find something else to do."
Right. 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 That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Now, when you first started writing, did you right away build a team, or did you hold off,
Well,
or what happened?
I was sharing it, but with close friends and family.
Mhm.
Like I said, my mom joined me within a couple weeks, and you know, um, the two others that started like shortly after, I had three people. I think I had three or four people before I got my first drop that signed up with me, to help them learn the process as well. Granted, it's all in the platform, but
Mhm. Mhm.
extra support.
Right.
And I wasn't planning on it building a team, but
Mhm.
I I haven't counted lately, but my matrix is full if that tells you anything.
Nice.
So there's a lot of people, that I've helped, and I enjoy helping every single one of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't care if you ask me 1,000 questions in a day. I don't care.
Yeah.
I want you to ask questions because I want to make sure that you're comfortable with what you're doing, which
Yeah.
in the beginning, for most people, just like you and I, it was awkward because we weren't used to it, you
Mhm.
know. But now they're all good now.
Nice.
Most of the time, I
Nice.
have to check in with them. Everybody okay?
Right, right. Well, you know what I love about it, the company gives a ton of support. I've never been a
Mhm.
part of a company where they're just Johnny on the spot when it comes to customer service and everything else. It is amazing because they clearly want people to win, and they're never too busy to answer questions. So I love that. I love that. So based on, I know that we were talking about, this being an extra stream. What have been some of the things that you've been able to do as a result of, this additional monies coming in?
Well, I will tell you this: we drive diesel trucks,
Mhm.
and my excursion, we had just bought it, and I hadn't. I think we bought it in. Hold on, it had been a couple months, and well, that's when my bigger drops were coming.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, we bought it. My husband, he bought it up in Missouri, and he drove it back here, and the next day it wouldn't start. So vehicle repairs are very expensive. They're older vehicles, but they're diesels. So I'm telling you right now, if I did not have the income from letter writing, my truck would still be broken.
Mm. Mhm.
It took $2,500 to fix my truck.
Mhm.
and my letter writing paid for it.
Wow.
It took so much stress off of me, just to know that, I can rely on letter writing and be able to buy the things that I need or I want. Um,
Yes.
Christmas time this last year, I paid cash for everything. I have never in my life been able to do that. I max out credit cards to make sure my kids get what
Right.
they want, not
Right.
necessarily what they need,
Yeah.
but, and I didn't have to worry about it. I didn't have to stress about it. Bought my son a dirt bike for Christmas that I said I would never buy, but I did.
Yes.
Um, so
It's nice.
that pulls my heartstrings just for the simple fact that I want that feeling for everyone.
Yes.
I want everybody to have that feeling.
Yes, absolutely. So someone's watching right now, they're on the fence, they've been praying for something, and like we were talking about, this happens to be the best kept secret. What would you say to that person who's, maybe trying to figure out, because like yourself, you're busy. If it's going to work for them, if they have the time to do it, but they're looking for something to do, what would be your advice or suggestion?
So if you are a person like me and you have a very busy schedule, you don't think that this is something that you could do, just take your time. You don't have to rush into it. But I really want you to stop and think how much, if you wrote 5 letters a day,
Mhm.
that's $750 a month.
Wow.
I will share this information with you. My husband and I rent this house that we live in. We've been here for 6 years.
Mhm.
It's $1,400 a month. That is over half of my rent every month. So if I can do 5 letters a month, we're
Right.
writing to the $5 letters, right?
Mhm.
That's $750 a month.
Wow.
So how I tell people, when it comes to people on the fence about it, what is it that you need a month? Okay, what would help you get out of any financial situation that you may be in? Is it credit card debt that you need to pay off? Well, what's that amount? Let's figure out how much you need to write to pay that off.
That's right. Mhm.
A car payment that you don't want to pay anymore. Well, you have to pay it, but you know what I mean? If you want to pay off that car note,
Right.
how much do you owe on it? Let's break it down. Let's see how many letters you need to write to make that happen. Trusting the process and actually doing the work, it's that simple. You have to be determined to have a goal. Set a goal for yourself. Write it down. It's not a goal if you don't write it down. Write it down and achieve that goal. Because if you do that, it will happen.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. That's such great advice. Absolutely. And I love how that is like now. And a lot of people in the community taught me that. It's like, don't think about the money, think about the letters, okay, what it takes, and then to, calculate all that and say, okay, I can write, like you talked about a car note. I know four a day is 600. So if you had a $600 car note, 20 minutes a day can solve that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just even though the platform costs money to join,
Mhm.
I'm telling you right now, I have done so many different things in my life that I have made nothing from.
And that costs a
Nothing.
lot more, I'm sure.
Yeah, they cost more. I had to have inventory. I had to have this. I had to have
Yep.
that. You don't have to have that here.
Right.
Pay the one-time fee and then your monthly fee. And trust me, the community is amazing. The Zoom calls that we have twice a week, uh,
Right.
amazing. The
Absolutely.
giveaways.
Absolutely. And before we go, I want you to touch on the fact that because we talked about the letter writing, which is the flagship product, but
Mhm.
you've been able to do something with the other products because there's other products that we do offer, other digital products that we offer that the platform offers. So you've been able to capitalize on that, which is the book publishing. Tell me a
I
little bit more
have.
about that. Yeah.
I have published 3 of my own books. They're right here. They are sold on Amazon.
Wow.
And the only one that is not fully published yet, I should say too, because this one's not quite done yet, but my daughter wrote this book.
Mm.
My 11-year-old. She wrote this book and it's published by her but edited by me. If you can put a coloring book together, I'm telling you right now, if I can do this, anybody can do this. It's step by step. I've never written a book in my life, ever. And the platform is, it's an educational platform. I
Yes.
mean, that's they're there to teach you how to make money from home.
Right. Right.
And there's so much value to this platform that I didn't look in, like, never even thought that I would be a part of such a great community that would just be so giving, and they're always coming out with new things,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's another stream because you got it on Amazon. And wow, that's amazing. But that's all inclusive with the program. Once you start the letter writing and so forth, you get that where if you ever wanted to publish books, you got that too. So that's awesome.
And
That
that's one thing. That another thing is just because if you join the for letter writing,
mhm,
you get the Amazon and KDP. I
mhm.
mean, that's like what, six? I can't do the math right now, but if you are a promoter, you do not
Start.
have to
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
but that's six streams of income.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And for the price of one.
For the price of one. Yeah. 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 So much value. So much
So much.
value. Yeah. Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, Sarah, it has just been a pleasure to have you here and to share so people can know this is real. You're not a paid actor.
No. I'm a real person over here.
Yes, 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 yes. And if you are and you are part of this platform, and you know the platform we're a part of, and you want to get some paraphernalia, you already heard who makes all of our stuff there is Sarah Nichols. And I know you've seen in the back office online. It's amazing and incredible. And we will be supporting you in that too, because we want to make sure that, we're wearing all the stuff that we need to make people aware of what we do. But like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure. And I appreciate you coming on and letting our listeners be able to, just hear that this is real.
Absolutely. I appreciate you reaching out and getting me on here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm sure it won't be the last time. We'll have to get you back on, especially as some of the new products come out and stuff like that. But like I said, with the writing, you definitely got that down and have been successful. So you've shared a lot today, and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Look to have you on soon.
Alrighty.
Okay. Thanks so much. Okay. Bye bye. All right, ladies and gents, you got a chance to hear from Sarah Nichols and share her experience with our platform. As you can see, she's been ultra successful and has a heart for the people. Now, here's what I want you to know. Her testimony was outstanding, and you got a chance to hear, how she's making money, she's helping people, how people she's been around to be able to help that's on her team, that they're making money and how everyone wins here. And she's also, busy and still making things happen. If you would like to find out all of the information, if you're seeing this for the first time, I will be doing a full presentation at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 7 p.m. Pacific, wait, Pacific, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. I'll be doing a full presentation from start to finish so you can see what this letter writing thing is all about. And therefore, you'll have enough information to make a decision as if this is something for you or not. I personally believe it's for everybody because, like it says here, if you can write, you can win. Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and make sure that you plug in to my Facebook page. Okay. And on my Facebook page, I want you to scroll down and you'll see the Zoom link. I'm going to be live on Facebook Ronette Turner Corley. I'll be live on Facebook, but I also, if you want to be in the room and get a more intimate view, the Zoom link is there. Plug in so you can hear the information, and whoever invited you, get back to them. Now, here are some housekeeping rules here. What you're seeing here is our Testimony Thursday. And what you would want to know is that a number of people are sharing this on their page. Now, Sarah is sharing this on her page. If you're seeing this and you want to know more information, please get back to Sarah. You know why? Because she's sharing this because she has a heart to want to help people. And you're seeing this from her page. So make sure you contact Sarah. If you're on my page, inbox me. Let's get you going. Let's get you writing. Let's get you getting paid from these letters, okay? And let's get you up and going, and I can send you the link. If you are on anyone else's page and you are viewing this show, they are sharing this on their page because they're committed to helping people. Please get back to that person, okay? Whoever page you're watching this from. So it has been an absolute pleasure for me to be here today. I love doing these shows because it brings clarity, and also you get a chance to hear testimonies from random people sharing their story about how this is working for them. And once again, we will be back next Thursday with another episode of If You Can Write, You Can Win. It'll be episode 8. I encourage you. We'll have someone else who's fantastic as well. Get back next Thursday. Stay tuned for another fantastic Testimony Thursday. I'm your host, Ronette Turner Corley, and I look forward to seeing you next week. See you on Zoom in a couple hours. Okay, and bye for now.